G2 and Ence, they're getting ready. They're getting into it now. Apparently news on the internet is Amanek all tapped in that.
Yeah, I believe he just told it in the interview with Sadakis that because I thought that he might have assumed that second player he killed was like the final one, and like he started cheering, and then his teammates reminded him. But no, it was that there was so much craziness going on. He ult tapped and had to wait to tap back in before he could finish the clutch. So fair play. Odds still razor thin, as you would expect. It was 19-17 on the first map, 19-17 on Dust 2 yesterday. It was 16-14 in the favor of G2 yesterday on Nuke. So you can understand why the odds are that close.
Yeah, even if actually we sort of associate Ence with, with Nuke a lot of the time. I think the first team to break that Astralis streak on it. So I think people were surprised yesterday that they ended up losing it. And maybe today will be different. Lucky could have got caught off guard on that one instead. Now they're going to turn it around back to ramp. And there is a bit of a crossfire. Kenny's actually hiding behind that box. That's so rare that you see that. Flashbang to set it up. Is he going to reveal himself? He's got the opportunity, but he missed the shot. And now every single player knows that he's going to be there. I love the idea of that play, but if you miss that shot, it's not good, is it?
No, you can see. Amanek on top of the hut. Defense centralized, and it looks like it's gonna be an upper hit, and actually Ence is gonna make this work. Certainly only one defender left in this upper bomb set behind the vents, and Lucky would have to, that's so spectacular. That's exactly what he needed. He's bought himself time, and they're so scared to commit to this fight. Alu coming over, can't do it. What a hold from Lucky.
Yeah, even Malik, they're looking surprised.
He's had a couple of those moments where the camera comes out and he's just like, all right, well, that makes my job easier.
Yeah, I guess we win that. Yeah, that was, I mean, you were absolutely right. They didn't want to fight him afterwards, and then the delay meant Jax was going to show up with a triple, so that's all good. Nicely done by Jax, but also, yeah, Lucky, obviously, if he hadn't done that, there would have been no chance at all. G2 with an opening round, Jax with an auto shotgun. Oh, yeah. That's
what we like to see.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's got it in ramp room as well. Unfortunately, ain't nobody heading that direction in this round.
It is getting a little bit late here in Europe. It's a little bit 10 o'clock, so...
Yeah, time for the filthiness to come out. Ooh,
exactly.
He's rotated perfectly. They want to go up the vents. He's going to stop at least one of them cold. They want to split the upper bomb site. 3 players waiting in lobby for them to come up the vents. Not going to happen this round.
That's a good return from Sunny.
Do they think they're all downstairs now? They've evacuated ramp room. They don't see the hit coming in. They don't see the fact that ramp room's been overtaken. This is an odd defense now that they have to mount downstairs.
Somehow, turns out to be the right call. The Tech9 actually getting a kill. And then Sunny showing up with the scavenged auto shotgun. Perfect range for it. Kiyoshima, he's so unbelievably dead. There's no recovering from that. Now the deal's back out. And actually, if he fought Lucky, then that could have been a headshot. Now the bomb is actually in Lucky's position. Sunny's making so much noise. Surely he can't win this fight. Lucky just slow movement, no noise being made, and Sunny was under a lot of pressure at the end there. So that is very, very close, but still, G2 make it work.
Great damage, and they actually might choose, Sunny now is 4,500. He could actually, he can buy pretty heavily if they really wanted to, if they chose that, but good round from Sunny to at least deal the economic damage. And it was a very weird rotation to that lower bomb site. It ended up being a pretty solid play. The problem is they just lost so much. It was just Sunny lurking around those vents that does the work. He's going to buy an AK-47, and he's still got plenty of money, 1,200 behind this to have some weaponry in the next round as well. Nade up top is going to do great damage, and what a handicap to give to the one player, Sunny, who is excited to have an AK-47 in this round.
Yeah, that excitement probably somewhat compromised by running into the grenade up on Silo. It would have been only more funny if he had already made the jump and he was just going to fall down.
Yeah, if he got like tagged in the air and then both grenade and Sunny fell. It blues up in the air and then he just dies to the ground.
Could have happened, but he's still having an impact, so credit to him.
Found a kill and then passes the AK over to Alu, who also has armor, and they can even pass that on one more time to Aerial, if needed. Amanek waiting behind the box, and Alu wants that peek. He's trying to bait it out. He's got the fight he wants. Tapping away. He's found the kill. Dude, Ence, win or lose this round, they're doing so much economic damage in these 2 rounds that it's going to be tough for G2 to hold on to their money.
Yeah, they're having a huge impact, and you have to think this is where the French team probably would prefer to have But yeah, a little bit more of an easy ride to just even start to build anything. Now they may even lose the round. Lucky, long range, he'll get the tabs in, but he can't escape. There is just no way out of this one. Sunny will take him down. And now it's Jax with the trusty auto shotgun.
I hope he never switches that weapon. I hope he uses this in each and every fight. And the question is, when he peeks this, does he decide to go down the vents? When he sees no information, I think they've crossed by the danger of him dropping down and being able to catch them. So now, I mean, if he's not involved in a fight before this bomb gets planted, it's going to be very difficult for him to get into a proper position with the shotgun.
8 seconds. So he's going to hear the bomb plant here. So that'll confirm it for him. Now the problem is Sunny's moved far away from the range of that shotgun, and the other weapon he has is USP. There's the early opening, but now, yep, pistol's out instead. He kind of sees it coming. Doesn't have a kit. The bomb is planted well out in the open and can't even go back and hide there. He's just thinking about it. That nearly was the kill. He's got one more chance, but again, no kit, 10-second defuse, and gonna try and see if he could maybe hunt him down instead. That pretty much gives up the chance of winning the round, but at least you could maybe get some revenge, and he will be able to do that. I don't think there's gonna be time for it, unfortunately. I mean, fair play to Jax. That's a pretty good attempt.
Well, you also see the inherent problem in the auto shotgun. Well, it's very cool. Excitement levels spike. The crowd loves it, but very unwieldy in certain scenarios.
Yeah, I don't know. The pellets are long range. They just don't really do the trick, do they?
What a great round from Ence. I was talking about, it was still going to be like a long shot. That was, I think, the deciding kill, taking out Kiyoshima, who just did not feel safe in mini whatsoever. But I mean, even if Ence had lost this, they just at that point done so much economic damage. You could see it. I mean, just the auto shotgun on Jax. G2 have to save. They don't have the money to invest.
Deagle on Kenny. They're going to be blowing up right into mini where he's standing. The flashbangs, way too overpowering. Lucky hitting no bullets. He got impaled on the AK-47.
Right, he fell straight down onto it. Right into the bullets.
It would be mean. Do they actually put bullets in this round at all? On the G2 side?
The USPs certainly did not feel like they had ammunition. Blanks.
It felt like it, didn't it? I don't know why that was comical, but just tracing him, but it wasn't like close. It was like quite a little bit further behind than you would like.
He was constantly like a foot behind actually hitting him.
Even having to stuck the gun into his face and still didn't hit the shot. Well,
all tied up.
We can forgive them. They had pistols. It's fine.
Yes. We're not laughing at them. We're laughing with them.
That's exactly right.
Ooh, wall of smokes. Nice big gap in there. But doesn't matter. They're going to drop in towards mini. And actually, the defense is already thinking about rotating down low. X7 clears the wrong corner. And there's the follow-up aerial. No chance for a trade. Good spin from Lucky. This time, the weapons are fully loaded and ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, nobody's laughing now, especially not on the end side. 5 versus 2. And Sunny and Alu. Because all the damage they've did in previous rounds, if they can get kills in this round 2 here, Ence, that would certainly make things a lot more tricky for G2. If they come away with a clean win, though, at least then there's something more to celebrate here for G2, and they can start to build an economy. Kenny, good position. Reveals the opposite play. Not that that would have necessarily been a big surprise. And nice initiative for Amanek. That is a perfect round. Well done. Yeah,
that's exactly what you need if you're G2 to bounce back on this defensive side. Start getting the Molotovs picked up. Start getting the smokes and everything behind it. Behind this very, very strong arsenal of weaponry. On the end side of things, it will be another buy for them. Couple players going to feel left out a little bit. Actually, just one, really. Sergey down on the Deagle, but other than that, 3 rifles to work with. That seemed like that was one of those rounds that Ence calls where it's very much intuition on the individual basis and just kind of see what you can get on your aggressive plays, and they all kind of wanted those fights, but it was a very disjointed hit. It's only going to have success if those individuals win their fight when they drop in towards mini. It was all reliant on that pretty much.
Yeah, and I bet if they win some of those fights, then there's like a whole bunch of ways they can go with it.
Yeah.
But when it doesn't work out, you're just like, well, now what?
Yeah, it just looks very awkward. Wall of smokes outside, although this is what was seen by G2 previously. This time, though, all of Ence is marching quietly behind it. Only one smoke to actually take over and get the plant, but those 3 Molotovs should be able to secure them access.
Flashbang set up, but nobody on the other stairwell to necessarily deal with it. That's not the only grenade Kiyoshima actually had. There's going to be a lot of people peeking him, but they only needed aerial. That's a great headshot.
I think that flashbang might have been a mistake. That gave away his position in a big way. Kenny's not going to get a chance. Molotov here, he had to get aggressive. He finds it, and now he rotates over to a new angle, and he's found that as well. And the Molotov's not out for this side. Oh, Kenny's going to go for a third. Surely he burns here. Couldn't get away, but he did everything. A heroic stand for the defense.
Health advantage now for G2. Can they actually go for this retake? They need to all set up on the ramp, apparently. That's risky, coming through these narrow chokeholds, and Sunny in a very strange off angle. It's very hard to clear this, even though it doesn't seem like it should be. Jack's not quite ready for it. Grenade at his feet, headshot coming through from Sergey. And now Amanek, well, yeah, I don't even know how you can dream of making it through that. AWP going to be more valuable, and they just make a run for it. Ends with the third round, tying up the scoreline. And yeah, I think you're right. That early flashbang probably was... I'm not even sure what it's meant to accomplish either.
No, that's the thing. Like, it would have been great if there was someone, as you mentioned at the time, there was no one on the other stairs. It would have been great if, like, Kenny was there to peek with the op, or someone else is there to maybe get at least, you know, a half second or a chance to find a kill and duck back into cover. But instead, it's just like, okay, there's someone on the stairs to our left. And by benefit of round 5 being such a clean victory for G2, all 5 members surviving in that win, they can still buy in this round if they choose.
Yeah, might want to put up the fight here. I mean, the economy on the Finnish side is not really that great. So if you're G2, I mean, you could inflict a lot of damage and take this early little round win from them pretty quickly back in your own favor.
Problem is, this like back and forth jockeying and trading of rounds is going to favor Ence in the long run. You can keep that economy low. We'll see how it pans out. All tied up going into round 7.
Auto shotgun on Jax though. He's
back.
Ready to crunch some more people if he can. Could be playing over at that ramp room. In fact, tired of waiting for you to show up. Instead, just going to go and look for them.
That had to make him nervous. Tracers flying, whizzing by his head. Wonder how long he stays behind this smoke. It's going to fade quickly. Again, a lot of players in lobby for Ence, which makes you feel like it's eventually going to be set piece and attack towards that upper bomb site.
In which case, if Jax actually manages to stay here, maybe he could get in quickly behind them. Defense inside of the A-bomb site not looking too bad either, so you could end up actually buying a fair bit of time here. Double stacking that close corner by the squeak door. Even that is so risky if they happen to Molotov it, but they don't. They smoke it instead, and running right through. Vent diving, in fact, and there's no stopping them. Kenny finally get a bit of a kill, but that is an outrageous way to get a round started.
Attach bayonets, and let's go.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, Jax is flanking, but they've all dropped on the vents, so again, unwieldy rotating into this kind of a battle. Sure, the vents are fine, but once you actually get into having to retake the bomb site, again, it feels like it's going to be all on Kenny. And they've taken their time getting involved. Good shot from Jax, even better one from Kenny. All of a sudden it works. They get into the positions. I'm not sure why Ence slowed it down so much, but they've given G2 an opportunity. And Kenny, if he swings out wide just too far, Sergey's surely going to have his number.
20 seconds now. Sergey's the one with the bomb, so he'll have to fall back and go for that plant. A bit of a distraction and maybe even just covering the door, but either way, that smoke is going to make them a little bit suspicious about exactly where the bomb is. Line up here, pretty good for Alu, enough of a distraction that Sergey will get the kill, and now it's on Kenny. And how do you do this? They know he's got that AWP, and once again, it just might not even be worth it as much as you want to.
Yeah, not at all. It's not going to even have an impact, but the reposition from Alu, from being in the window, the control room, and then using the last few seconds of that smoke to get behind Silo.
Yeah,
that was so sick. That was like the checkmate play. There's no way, even if Kenny gets the other kill onto Sergey, there's no way he expects Alu to be behind the Silo. He would have never had that information. So 4-3 for Ence. I was wondering for a few seconds how that bait and switch, that double stack towards door was going to do for the defense. I got my answer.
It got called really hard, didn't it? That was not the best way to use those two players. I'm kind of struggling to see. I don't want to see that again. Can I say that?
Well, I mean, the problem is, obviously, it would have been nice to see how it panned out if there wasn't a smoke in their face, but at the same time, you know, that's going to happen frequently.
Or a Molotov or an HE, or someone is just going to be even straight up, you know, peeking it. Like, I just don't know. I don't know. I'm not a big fan.
I'm excited for this thing with Kenny and Sunny, because Kenny's aware of the possibility. He's actually going to check this. He knows someone is down there, but he still loses. Immediate goosh from the MAC-10, and Sunny, he can upgrade. Fair play.
And that's all they had.
Yeah, that too.
All of the eggs in one basket. Now just some pistols left. It's hard to see how they can have much of an impact here. So it's going to be 5-3 for Ence, almost certainly fighting for a third map.
You'd hope so. What did you just throw the op away, Sunny? Did he like just hide it in a corner for the end of the round? Might have thrown it over the fence, but obviously wanting to prevent G2 from having it, he certainly took it away from the body. And yeah, for now, I mean, 40 seconds, you're kind of just, you have full control of the map if you're Ence. You're just waiting for G2 to walk right into your crosshair, right into the information, or shoot at one of your teammates, so then you have the information. And Jax's position is now known and located, and he sees the body of his teammate crumble down the ladder. So that's kind of a horror movie moment.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy about that. Lucky and Jax, 2 versus 5, and they're probably, I mean, I don't know, that AWP, that's kind of a mystery now.
I'm going to go find it.
You're going to have to be really, really quick about it, but I appreciate the effort.
I am. Oh, here we go.
You've flown the camera outside of the map, and
I found it already, Anders. You said it was going to be difficult. You thought I didn't have time.
It's on the bridge.
You never have any confidence in me.
You know what? You managed to get lost on the map, so I feel like my lack of trust in your ability to navigate was warranted at the end. But yeah, they just don't even want the op, apparently. What does that tell us? I don't even know. I mean, he's been great with the AWP.
This is another one of those maps, though, where you can get by without the AWP, and maybe the fact that they're having so much success running without it in the early stages. They've won 5 of the last 6 rounds, so we saw yesterday they were the one team that did the boost over the smoke wall to pick off players at Heaven. So, I mean, we've seen them use the op on the T side and maybe just decided to switch things up for this matchup, or at least for the moment while it's still working.
I just feel like it's such an unlikely scenario that you... I mean, I could even buy the idea that he doesn't want to use it himself while down in the hallways. Like, that makes sense to me. But not even wanting to try and bring in the next round. Interesting. 5-3. We'll see what Sunny can do with the MAC-10 that he preferred. Maybe it's going to be more vent diving. It's one of those things, diving those vents, that if nobody stops you doing it, if they don't adjust, there's almost no reason not to keep doing it. Like, you just get so much for it. And sometimes Sergey going to be a little bit quick, not diving into the vents, but just kind of spamming it. And that's another thing. If you've done a couple of those successful vent dives, maybe they are going to actually line up for that spam to come through to try and stop you. Kiyoshima's certainly ready. This time, nobody down the vent. Org on Jax. They have almost no grenades on the G2 side. That's a troubling sight when it's 1 minute and 20 seconds left.
Yeah, they're going to have to win some heads-up fights. And again, I mean, Ence just playing this very passive, looking for any kind of aggression. Is that 2 players who have dropped down from G2 already? On the lower side of the map? Yeah, they are very worried about Secret. They might have someone coming right at him, but again, it looks like the main goal is this upper bomb site eventually. There's still, what, 3 players in lobby? A 4th is Alu joining them, so Ariel's going to turn into a lurk, but he's going to deal with Kiyoshima and Kenny, and I think when he spots 2 people, if he spots 2 people, that'll be the go signal. And here comes the utility out squeaky door. That'll be the point of attack. Sergey waiting for someone to peek in sight, and that's a good peek straight up. They still have Almanac to deal with. Trades all across the board. Alu with a double and dropping down. It's a SWAT team, and somehow again, the guns were not properly loaded. Nobody checked the equipment. They had the rubber bullets.
Yeah, all loaded up, and I mean, I'm pretty sure the SWAT teams as well. I think they have, like, you know, those wires that make sure they don't just crash into the ground. I'm fairly sure they test those things as well.
Yeah.
Not an expert, but still. There's so many things that are confusing about this. Wow, we didn't even see that. Alu cleaning them up. But Lucky was waiting on top of the hut. Amanek was still alive behind him, and Lucky still decided to take his aim away from that hut entrance, and then he got killed. So, got rubber bullets, No wires to go for any kind of rappelling down the building, and no trust in any teammates. It's not the best setup.
No, it's a terrible, terrible recipe for victory.
7-3 right now. 11th round going to be coming up in G2. I don't know.
Let's see if they have another comeback in them. Remember, at one point on Dust 2, we were thinking, you know, Ence is going to be entirely wiped out of this map. Is G2 looking so good? And then Ence came back. We'll see if they have one more in them. I mean, G2 still won.
Yeah, but I mean, it could happen in reverse. It's not impossible, is it? 7-3. They just feel so much more confused on this map. Like, I think we said it was sort of kind of a little bit of sloppy Counter-Strike being played on Dust 2 in like a decent way, but this feels...
But you mean, you can also like forgive it. I don't think that's any like testament to like their ability on the map. I think it's more so they just, you know, Dust 2, they just played an overtime game yesterday. They've done it again today. So of course things are going to get sloppy because, you know, you've just seen everything. You're going to have to be improvising. You're going to be trying to do some creative spin based off what you saw and know how they play. Same thing on Nuke. It's going to be the small changes that you come up with within like 24 hours. Don't actually know if they'll pan out, but you got to try them either way. Kenny, great shot right before the smoke plumes.
Kyoshima. Could have been a kill, maybe should have been. Oh, wow. Defending his teammate. Aerial, even the grenade could have maybe killed him. Now Kenny fighting for his life back here, but ducked back inside of the flames, and that got him killed. Still, they're going to win the round. Great time for Jax to show up for a little bit of defense there, and that will be a 4th round. G2, kind of a must-win round as well.
Take a lot of losses, though. They're still not out of the woods just yet. It's going to be another huge investment from the Ence side of things. Alu with like 10K. I think Sergey had like 13K before the buy came in. And this is weird. We've seen a lot of rounds with Sunny with the MAC-10 in this game so far. They've actually, Alu just bought him one and dropped it over to him. So maybe specifically for that vent dive, right? Which we've seen, or maybe just because he's leading the way towards ramp room. And Jax has a nade in his hand. He's eating the flashbang. There goes the MAC-10. Kyo's done great damage. Jax needs to be involved in this, but equal trades. However, the HP is not ideal for Ence.
It's really not. That ramp fight actually took a lot more out of them than I think even they were expecting. And it looks like they had really good flashbangs. So I'm not even sure why they didn't do more. If that goes through on the other side, yeah, that's a spectacular end to the round. Kenny still wanting to try and give us some fireworks here at the end and taking down Sergey. And gonna be, I'm not sure why they're swapping around so much.
Yeah, I don't know why they've all like left that lower bomb site. Everyone just dipped. So had to have been some weird communication, but that's the breathing room that Ence needed to get into some kind of a position that may allow them to steal this round away.
There's a smoke on Lucky, which is fortunate because there are 2 Molotovs left on Ence, which, I mean, they're going to have to save them for a while before they can realistically make use of them, and I think now it doesn't even matter. X7, though, on top of the silo, and won't make it work. Lucky will take him down, and G2 going to win that 5th round anyway. I've got a new theory.
Okay.
Maybe
I like where this is going.
Maybe it's like a hazing ritual. Just keep buying him the MAC-10. Saying, like, you're new on the team. We're gonna make you feel welcome in that, you know, university frat kind of way.
Yeah, here's a MAC-10. Get the bonus money and drop us guns.
Yeah.
For an entire tournament.
You have to earn your spot here.
Yep.
It's ruined by the fact that he bought an AK. But thanks.
Theory already destroyed and decimated. It's been tested. Results cannot be repeated.
Maybe there should be that. That shot left the whole universe, didn't it? Like, that hit the...
Gravity could not keep that contained.
That hit the International Space Station.
Sergey is about to go down. This flank in lobby is a bit brutal. Oh, the boost over. Alu is going to go find that bullet at the International Space Station.
Yeah. He's
caught it when
well.
it came back.
Yeah. That was good. It's like they... It's like you were saying, like, just give me a little, I just want to peek over the smoke, just give me a little tiny, and they just threw him up into the air, like, full-on acrobatics.
All right, guys, just boost me on your legs, not throw me up on a trampoline next time. Kyo is patiently waiting for this attack towards the lower bomb site. Good kill from X7. Nice trade in the lower site. And it's Kenny with an op and Jax with the F4 aerial trying to be aggressive and getting the bomb. Everyone seems to be like picking up the pace. Like there's 50 seconds, you know?
Yeah. Why was he running that aggressively?
I like it though.
I don't know. We're entering into a stranger territory, I feel like, than we were on Dust 2. And it was already strange. X7 now in a 1 versus 2 with 25 seconds. The bomb awkwardly positioned up there. Oh, that would have been a beautiful headshot to get. The grenade to start it off with, leaving Jax on 4 health. That is so unlucky. He needed that quick kill. And now Kenny will take him down instead. And that's 6 to 7. And G2, they're sort of bringing it back now, slowly.
Yeah, just talked about it before the streak began. Maybe they make that little bit of a comeback that gives them some breathing room into the second half. Certainly they've created it with 6. They would love, if they go into the second half with an advantage, that'd be massive. There's just so much money. Ence have never had to worry about the cash, probably because they've just been buying so many MAC-10s. Another one.
Yeah, they're kind of benefiting from that, aren't they, right now? Still, it's not exactly perfect in this round. Krieg, AK, MAC-10, and some pistols. They're
leaving themselves just enough to have the strongest of buys in the last round of this first half.
Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? Jax over at that ramp. Gonna be spotting a couple of people, and that's such a great bait there. X7, once he jumps and doesn't get killed immediately past, Sergey's got all the chances to follow up on that. Well worth it. And X7's only got 3 kills, but, you know, setting up nicely for Sergey to open it up, so...
Lower bomb site about to be under attack. Alu is waiting outside. He's lurking behind red box with the deagle, but he's trying to let his teammates make the play, and they're going to get into the site and plant without anybody realizing it. And I don't know how that's possible, considering Jax was killed in ramp room. They should have the information that ramp was lost.
You would definitely think so, yes.
And Kiyoshima's going to... Oh, he's going to be so pissed. If Alu gets this kill... Oh, he's heard the footsteps, but he can't pounce on it.
Just everything about this is very confusing once again. 4 versus 4 for the retake, but yeah, Alu actually not even going down the stairs. Going to be heading towards the ladder instead, trying to make his way down. Bomb's already been planted for quite a while, and G2 seemingly never really put the dots together. Now it's going to be Alu running it close to take down Kenny, and Sergey will drop lucky, and now they're really seriously running out of time, even in the 2-on-2. Kiyosima just going for the full-on Hail Mary. That's a 10-second defuse inside. He gets a kill on Sergey, but it doesn't actually save them, and 8th round for Ence. You know what? If that first Dust 2 map was like, the sloppy but still quite satisfying burger, now we're full on into sort of like Scottish deep fried pizza or Mars bar territory, where it's like even there's no defending it.
Wait, say that again? Scottish deep fried pizza and Mars bar?
But not together. They could be together actually. I won't even rule that out. But they do deep fry both.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, this might be a little bit of the American in me, but a deep fried pizza sounds pretty cool.
Shut up. Don't do it.
You eat a tuna pizza, so you have no room to judge anybody on this, you sick man.
Well, I've successfully converted a bunch of people in your life, Moses, into tuna pizza eaters.
You have, and that is depressing on a certain level.
It's just have to get in that one time. So good.
Ariel looking for the push, and they're both going to be forced back. About equal trade. 23 on Kenny, 25 on Ariel. And here comes Alu. Boost over the box, and he falls. Boost again, and he can't make it. Boost a 3rd time, and he's got it.
Didn't want to get boosted too high up into the air this time. But trying to be careful about that.
I remember last time. I remember when you launched me into the stratosphere.
Kiyosima seems like the perfect opportunity, but he also got run down and actually stays alive there. 7 spraying for anyone hiding in the corner by the squeak door. It's a good idea. We've got about 45 seconds on the clock now. Ends a 9th round here. I mean, that would be, again, such a good first half, and likely that they could bring us onto a 3rd map, although by no means secured. Kenny, that's such a quick kill. Alu wants to hunt him down immediately, and he will. It didn't look like he had a lot of time to react then. And now any chance for a bomb defuse almost certainly gone here. 2 versus 3. Jack's the only one with the kit and Lucky with the deagle, and they're quite far apart from each other. Can't really help out too much. Brilliant headshot though. Ready for it, but Sergey on the other angle, and now it's Unlucky. Yeah, he almost has to run back to pick up the kit, but even then...
Yes, get the bomb immediately. And there's no saving this. It's actually, oh my god. I didn't even realize if he had gotten listen, I hope the players feel as confused as I do, because half of these rounds I don't know how the bomb is actually getting down and being planted while Kenny S is still in the double doors firing off shots. It's all up in the air. Everything's going crazy. We're going to go to a break and try and figure things out, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Welcome back once more. It's Ence versus G2 here, second map, second half. We're on Nuke, and Ence managing 9 rounds in the first half on their T side. That's a strong argument that they could bring this onto a third match, which they couldn't do last time. But then they buy dualies, and now I'm not sure anymore.
Oh, it couldn't start better. How many kills do you think he's going to get?
Solid 0.
You think 0?
He's going to kill a teammate. And then gonna lose the map.
So -1.
Yeah,
is what you're going with. Of all the things you could have gone with, you went with -1. I bet.
Go on.
He's going towards ramp room. I was gonna say 2.
I was gonna say
2, but I think he's definitely gonna get at least 1. Kenny's drop down the vents. This puts the dualies in play, in action over towards ramp room, and woo! He's got 1. He's got 2, baby. Woohoo!
That's the vindication you've been waiting for a year. Listen, fair play. Great job, X7. It's the best I've seen ever.
Oh, it feels so good, it does. Plant's going down inside of the bomb site. 3-on-2 retake, and Jax is eliminated immediately, and Ence have a firm control on this pistol.
Kiyoshima's in a lot of trouble. The bomb's being defused while he's getting doubled on. That's never a good time. Alu aggressive even when that defuse of the plant was going down. It's pretty cool. So Ence will win the pistol. Great job.
All on the dualies. Say it.
It was. Well, I listen. Jason, you were right. The dualies did have a big impact on that round.
That's all I needed. 10-6 going into the second round, and the plant is going to help an AK-47 come out on Jax. Drop. There's going to be a second AK-47 dropped as well. So one of those pretty powerful second round buys out of the T set, even a Galil being picked up. So 3 rifles on the board for G2 trying to recover in this half.
Odds, their Betway odds, completely dead even.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Audience has no idea where to go. I can't blame them. I feel like...
Especially after watching that first half.
Yeah.
That was a real scrappy, interesting first half.
There are so many scenarios where I'm just thinking, like, I don't know why they are rotating the defense the way that they are.
Or not rotating the defense.
Or not rotating it.
Yeah.
And then half the time, even though it looked like it was just objectively, like scientifically the wrong move, it still worked out somehow. Like, fine then. You just play your style then. Kenny's up on the box, and that's dangerous if they come out of the stairwell, the secret
Aerial.
stairs, and Alu is going to be picking it up. He wanted more, and that was a bit greedy, but the counter flash out, they almost block each other, and now Kiyoshima hunting them, and he got a little bit more than he was asking for. That UMP able to fight back, but they can't even escape Mini. They're stuck in there.
Yeah, I mean, Ariel even spotted the shadow. He knew there was one above, so that was a good response. But yeah, just tough for them to get away from that. Now, the lobby crunch, though, is working spectacularly. The bomb is going to be picked up. Kenny S, 38 seconds. And actually, the fact that they don't know really what's going on almost lured Kenny into getting a free kill.
Yeah, now you would expect that Ence, just the experience and everything else, that they can sort of calm things down, like take a deep breath and just remember, in the next 20 seconds, he has to get to bomb site. Let's not throw this away. They've split up a little bit, but not more than I think X7 could quickly backpedal, and surely he's going to be doing that now. Or he waits to the vents, and it's even better. He loses the fight, but 9 seconds. He can still get the bomb plant down, so Sergey's going to have to be right behind him, closing the door. Kenny punching in the digits, and that's going to be a bomb plant. Opening the door, and Kenny wins it. What a clutch, a quad kill.
Also, Sergey turning the corner, I think he hit the wall. He went for a jump around the corner, and he got stalled out for half a second, which means Kenny had the time to get the bomb plant and recover his aim. That is a series of unfortunate events, if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, there were a lot of things that had worked out really well. The timing especially was great, because he sort of just flung that door open, and not what he was looking for on the other side, was it? AK-47.
Still, fair play to Kenny. That had to be an immediate headshot to win that clutch. Like, if he doesn't get that kill right then and there, and I think that's why Sergey pressed the issue. The call was, he's been dinked, he's low, he's red, obviously. And so Sergey just wanted to get involved in that fight before Kenny could get away. Can't even fault him for it, all things considered. 10-7 in the favor of Ence now. But G2, a chance to fight back.
I feel like surely X7 should have just hold the actual ladder. Because there was 10 seconds left. Like, they knew Kenny was either going to... I don't understand.
He might have been trying. I mean, if you can put yourself at the door, right? And no matter if they get down vents, like, why even mess with that fight? You know, he has to go for the plant, and then you just pounce on him when he's planting. Regardless, it didn't work out. With whichever reasoning he was thinking in his head, it went the other way. Alu with the scout is trying to find something outside, but Kenny's got such a nice angle on him, and he's going to go down. Kenny with his first kill in the round, and now controlling towards CT spawn. He's also with Amanek, who has the bomb.
They've got still time to play this slow. 40 seconds, but on Nuke, I mean, as you can tell, you're right next to the bomb site half the time, so they can change that around. X7 could maybe get a chance to shoot someone in the back, but again, with that MP9, you really need to make that a killer quickly. Extended fight not going to work out in your favor, almost certainly. Grenade landing right on top of Sergey. That'll get rid of him. And Kenny even dropping X7, wanted to get up the ladder. Now Sunny, 15 seconds. Kenny will find him, and that's back-to-back quad kills for the French superstar.
This like game doesn't really make sense because it feels like no matter who's having the advantage, like there's always going to be like the other team is just finding a way to fight back in each round.
Yeah, we're in the Twilight Zone now, aren't we?
Like Kenny having the AK-47 controlling ladder, you feel like, you know, getting into the upper bomb site shouldn't be too difficult, but I mean, X7 gets a kill coming up the ladder. Thank God the nade found that kill behind the box. That could have been so spicy. 10-8, G2 closing the gap, and finally, a bit of a reprieve. And Kiyoshima spots everything. He knows what's coming, and he's just got to fall away, but he's got his teammate. He's got Kenny here, who does eventually go down. And thankfully, it's just X7 remaining, coming through the flames to his death.
I appreciate that anyway, friends. Maybe you catch the first guy in the corner with an AWP or something, you can run him down. I still think that's better than just waiting around with the USP. So 10-9, 20th round. And they put together a buy in the end. So that's not really an exciting buy because they're lacking the defuse kits. They're certainly lacking a lot of Molotovs as well. So they could run into trouble if G2 played this round slowly.
It's looking towards ramp room, and they have a MAC-10 as well on the board. Amanek, as we know, that can be so powerful. We've seen it on Dust 2, and you have to imagine, when this smoke clears, they're going to go right through it. There's the pop flash, and holding the trigger is X7. He's going to get away as well. That is well handled, and the Molotov onto the ramp to ensure they cannot chase him down. That is one way to secure an advantage. Now, on the other hand, a lot of utility has been used by Ence early on in this round. They only have a nade, a flash, and a smoke for the rest of the time. So if this bomb gets planted, a retake is going to be so difficult.
Oh, good position with the M4. So many headshot angles here. That's where you need some grenades to get rid of them, but they're really dropping in numbers now, and Jax is low on health. How do you even put the bomb down at this point in time?
Inside the smoke is your only option. The thing is, you're going to get the plant, maybe. You're certainly not going to get out alive.
Waiting for a mistake and not really being given one. It's also unfortunate. Jax is the one with the bomb and 12 health, so even with the smoke, right? If they just put a couple of shots through that, that's not going to work out well. And Ence are, I mean, they're doing this exactly how you'd want. There's no point in really trying to look for anything. They got pretty much everything covered.
Also, on top of that is, you know, the name of the game for Ence right now is preserve what economy you have. You have to let it, you have to build it up, right? So, I mean, it's as if you needed more reason not to take any risks. Not losing players in some silly kind of aggression when you don't need to be aggressive. Oh, that's awkward.
So is that. And now there's really no time left. Lucky, 4 seconds, and he can't plant the bomb anymore. And it's probably a good thing that he went down, because otherwise, maybe after the timer would have been worse. 11-9. And Ence, you're absolutely right. I mean, they did a good job there, saving 3 rifles. Can't really ask for much more. And G2 still able to buy. Yeah, the early shot from X7, I don't know if you heard anything or if it was just sort of an intuition thing, but timing was incredible over at ramp.
Yes. I mean, it could be just at a certain point, you just get blinded and you're like, all right, well, he still had the range, he still had the distance, he knew the smoke was up. Oh, they're going to go right back at him. They want more. X7, he's going to do the same thing. Drops down, holds the trigger. If he gets away, he's going to do it one more time. His teammate is going to pay for it. Alu rotates over to the bend, to the horseshoe, and he gets dropped. It's not really a horseshoe, is it?
Oddly shaped horse, if that's the case, but yeah. I'm sure they exist. They need shoes too. No reason to discriminate, Moses.
Horses of all shapes and sizes.
Yeah, we accept them all. I feel like I see that miscommunication between the ramp and the reinforcements way more often than I want to. It's like once the ramp players decided I'm leaving, then the guy coming in from hell is just like, yeah, but I'm here to save you. It's like it doesn't make much sense. I feel like it happens a little bit too often these days.
Oh,
that's
God.
A beautiful shot from an outrageous second kill there for him. And that should give them the round. 2 versus 4. And at least they hunt down Kiyoshima. But the bomb going to be going down to that B bomb site. A little bit aggressive here as Kenny will find a 3rd kill. He is loving life right now. 27-14. This is the kind of Kenny game that I just love to see.
Yeah, Kenny's really taken over. which you love to see that. He had those stunning quad kills earlier. I will say that miscommunication between Alu and X7 rotating over, like if you're Alu, you're coming over to help and you're hearing him unload the whole magazine, right? Like you kind of assume in some way that he's about to be overrun or he's sticking around for the fight just long enough for you to get there. And it's sometimes hard to communicate perfectly in that scenario as the ramp player especially.
I just feel like...
I mean, you are right, you know.
Maybe like a safe word or something you can call to you know...
Cantaloupe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Something quick, something that's easy and can't be confused with anything else.
Like yes.
Yes.
Your favorite safe word.
Oh, man. I mean, yeah, you're right, but I just don't know. Maybe I'm making it up. Maybe it doesn't happen as often as I'm thinking, but now that it's in my mind, I feel like I notice it every time. And I even am quite happy if you could even show up to that corner if you're the reinforcements coming in and you could even take a shot against nobody just because you know they can't chase your player anymore. Like as soon as you do that, you're like, oh, well, now we have to respect that.
Just establish your presence there.
Yeah, even that would be fine, but...
Well, the tough part is Ence, while they've had a nice round, a nice victory to try and build up some money, they've lost it again. They are having a really tough time planting their feet in this matchup. That's a tough angle for them to deal with. Jax goes down. Man advantage provided by the lone M4 still in Ence's control.
And there's a taser.
Yes.
It's been too long since I've heard that ridiculous scream that happens when somebody gets tased.
I don't think it's as ridiculous as it could be. I feel like we could make that a little bit more intense. What
we should do, this is my request for the upcoming season, is because we're playing some of that creative dubstep music in the breaks. Maybe we could get the scream fit into it, like on one of those drop the bass moments. Like if you put that.
So instead of dropping the bass, you just have the weird squawk of a.
Yeah, but you could fit it into you could loop it around. You could slow it down, speed it up, whatever all these people do. It's obviously not a DJ, am I? But
what if we record all the casters getting tased at the bottom of their feet and whatever sound they make, and you just randomize it with Zeus kills? Or we could do it just to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say you first, but I'm not opposed to that. Well, I'll go a long way for the content. Maybe we can think about it. Oh, X7, taser not even put into place. This is why we've hyped up. We've given you the whole field, laid out the red carpet. Oh, but the timing, 8 seconds. Sunny, if he gets this kill, he's actually done it, running him down. Oh no! It is an outrageous way to lose a round. They've got to lock the front door, and now the TV and the cookies and the microwave have all been stolen. It's awful.
Why'd they go for the cookies?
First thing you take, isn't it? What, you're gonna...
Old Anders making his appearance?
If you're gonna be stealing somebody's TV, why would you respect their cookies? Like, that doesn't make sense, does it?
It's true.
And you need energy for the general hype of the moment, don't you? So you got to think these things through. Like, you go camping, you bring rations. You go stealing, you eat cookies. That's how it works. 12-10 though.
That is an outrageous way to lose a round, especially when you're about to tie things up. You've been playing very, very well to get yourself into this position, T side of Nuke. It's a map that we kind of, attribute to Ence being the stronger team on, and you have a real chance. And also, Kenny's playing lights out. A round like that is the one that can seal the deal down the stretch. And this also what a reversal of fortune. All of a sudden, Ence have a ton of money on Alu and Sunny even after this buy. And also for G2, they've had to buy into their savings.
Yeah, trying to give themselves a chance in this round. They still have a little bit left, but sort of a couple of people with less than they would have liked. G2 just want, obviously, to close this game out. Make it a 2-0 and avoid playing that third map. Sunny up on the hut, very flashed, but they don't really capitalize on it. And then Sergey will get a kill as well. That's going to leave them 5 versus 3. And this feels like this is when Ence just turn it around. Now they have a very, very dominant control of the game economically, and certainly with the 3-round lead that's about to happen, it'll be very hard to stop them.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. They have that Darth Vader force grip on this map. I don't know if G2 can come back into it. Keo tags him in the air, and X7 can just buy time for his teammates to rotate over. Alu is coming over slowly but surely, and you can see Kiyoshima putting himself into safety. Alu's going to take him down. 13-10, And the money for G2 is essentially gone. They can buy here if they want to be really aggressive, but if they buy here, like the whole half is on that investment.
I won't lie. If I'm Kiyoshima fighting X7 behind that box and he just never even fights me after I get that damage.
What are you typing to him in chat?
Coward. I don't know. I'd be upset. I'd be like, come on, just at least
give us a fair
that.
fight. Yeah. All right. Well, no investment. There's some armor, some upgraded pistols on the G2 side, but they haven't spent a whole lot of money, which I personally appreciate. Sunny's going to be watching for the door. Now, they have taken over outside. Kenny S and Jax on the red box, Kiyoshima on the roof, but still feels like a losing battle everywhere you look, especially with the Krieg just zoned in on that door. A lot of early damage taken by G2.
It's one of these rounds where, to even dream of it, you just need instant headshots with the deals without really taking any damage, and well, that battle is pretty much already lost. A little bit onto Alu there. The shadow showing, so they definitely know where some of those players are. It's very suspicious, all the activity that's happening on top of the mini roof. Jax already out of the round, and Lucky and Kenny are not that far behind.
Yeah, just no commitment. If you're G2, you can't really do that. Again, waiting for mistakes that just aren't coming. Ence playing this very, very smart, even doubling up in mini. Sunny and Alu handling business. It's just Lucky. And he's peering in towards ramp room, hoping he's going to find X7, who's no longer there. So it's going to be 14-10. Plenty of cash built up now on Ence. They have, I mean, G2 has such a tough task. They now have to rattle off like 3, maybe 4 in a row to take that money away from this defense.
Yeah, just, that's one part of it, but just like, this whole Nuke map has just been very odd, and I feel like I'm not really seeing the threads here for G2. I'm not seeing the pattern that's going to bring them back into it. 14-10, big lead for Ence. We might actually get a third map. It feels like that's where we're headed right now. I think that was a quad kill for Sunny in that round, and he's up to 27, right behind Kenny at 28. So that's a cool battle to have all on its own. Yeah,
well, I mean, this is probably the best we've seen Sunny since his return, which admittedly hasn't been a whole lot of games under his belt quite yet, but obviously you could see some of his powers, so to speak. Ariel gonna run the gauntlet over towards Secret. Oh, and he's gonna hide up to the left. All 5 players from G2 are coming in this direction. Ariel has a chance to really ruin their day. I wonder if he would ever call for a flashbang from Sunny. It's a lobby crunch, so Ence is about to know everything that's coming. It's all on Ariel.
He's got to make this happen. The AK, pretty good weapon for it, and he nearly gets the double, the grenade to chase them down, and actually that will work. Great combo there, and now the Molotov to maybe segment them a little bit. Lucky was actually running through that. I almost wonder if the Molotov itself couldn't have done it, but still, that is a nice cleanup. 2 versus 4. And G2, the big attempt here. He was out in the open. Sergey just losing track of a little bit of what was going on. But they should still be fine. 3 versus 2.
Yeah, but they're both trapped inside the bomb site. Jax is so incredibly low. 2-on-3 scenario. X7 and Sunny and ramp room, and Alu, I believe, is still all the way outside. So he's got a bit of a route to run to get involved in this retake. So Sunny and X7 might actually have to start probing and pressuring before Alu gets here. Plenty of utility, though, for this Ence team in the retake, but only 1 kid on X7.
Well, we said it many times that some of these rounds that teams should be winning, and they're just not. So Ence probably crossing their fingers and hoping this isn't going to be one of them. Kenny gets a kill. He's very low on health. Now a 2-on-2, and a lot of time has already passed. Jax with a headshot, and oh my god, somehow they can't close it out. 2-on-3, they knew where they were. It was actually 2-on-4 at one point, and Jax with a triple. And G2 at 11 rounds.
I'm amazed that Ence actually gave him the space to get that bomb planted, especially once you dink Jax. Why is there no more pressure being applied? You had 2 players in ramp room. Everyone was kind of walking around. So again, it's one of those weird things where we noticed it kind of in the first half of like, it felt like some communication from these teams wasn't being passed on, and maybe that's just happened again. So I'm not sure why they shied away so far from the bomb site to give that much time. Like if G2 is going to get the bomb planted, and then you give them, 10, 15 seconds to get in post-plant positions, that's craziness.
Yeah, I can't even really explain it. I'm having a hard time figuring out, because some of these things to me even seem like even if you're playing with just sort of random people, some of them you should be able to just play based on intuition.
Yeah.
I'm almost wondering if they're just way overthinking some of this at this point.
I'm not trying to be like too critical of it. It just seems like there's the small details are missing. And as we've kind of talked about that with these teams, and like obviously Sunny coming in, a relatively new lineup for Ence in that sense as a group. Obviously G2, there's going to be some of those in there with their situation. So I guess it's kind of what you'd expect. And also replaying the same map 2 days in a row.
Yeah, that's another thing, isn't it? Well, X7 deep in the corner. Oh, Aloe with the shoulder peek. That's so good. Takes away so much attention. It was a team kill, but otherwise probably would have been X7's kill to get no matter what. And now Kenny in a 1 versus 4. And they definitely hear him stepping. He's got the bomb. I mean, I don't know. There's no rights and wrongs here. Just might as well just try and go for the bomb plant. Instead, he's going to try and fake it out a single time. That's pretty good. But now more people have shown up to the party. Yeah, I want to see if he can replay the success of the earlier fake. And they're tired of waiting for him. And Sergey will be able to get the kill. 15-11. And Ence finally at map point.
4 chances to close this out. And they actually have a pretty decent one, at least in this first round. Not a lot of money for the G2 side on their offense. Keo starting at 1900. Almanek starting at 2K. Kenny's going to be on a CZ. Yeah, it's 1 AK-47 and 4 upgraded pistols.
I feel like what's been weird this game is that usually throughout a half, we'll have like, you know, once or twice or maybe 3 times if things get real crazy where somebody, you know, turns a 2-on-4 or a 3-on-5 or something. But usually those are like 85% plus, you know, chances to win rounds. And in this game, it's just every other round. You know, someone's 2 or 3 men down.
Yeah.
And they just casually, you know, turn it into a win. Which is, admittedly, it's been a lot of fun, but it's also hard to explain. Jax goes down through the smoke, not even a chance. Alu deciding that now is the time.
That's all their utility outside. They need to get something out of this if you're G2. That's their AK-47 that's passed over to Kiyoshima as well. But the fact that they haven't gained anything, like they have control of warehouse, that's great. But what you can't actually do anything with this, and Alu, especially with those smokes in his face, he'll be loving life at this point. Oh, he finds even Kiyoshima at the end. It was all down to timing, and this is it for Nuke for G2. Alu gonna shut it down. 4 kills from in the final round, a 16-11 victory. So finally, after 4 maps played between these 2 teams, Ence outlast G2 in their first one.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I feel like that's going to be huge relief on them. It ends with Kenny on 30 kills and Sunny on 29. So great return from him. Obviously, nice to see him, you know, back in Counter-Strike. But I appreciate the fact that he's back in Finnish Counter-Strike as well. That's definitely good news. We'll see how it goes coming up after the break. It's going to be the 3rd map. Stay tuned.